Hello, everyone. I'm so honored to be here with you all. So, today we are talking about the fourth invitation from the five invitations by Frank Ostasecki. And we've been going through this over the last well, this is the fourth, so the last 3 to 4 weeks. And I'm sure that Sydney can find that book and put it in the chat if you need to know the title. Some of you I know have already looked at it at the library or maybe have gotten it yourself. So this has been a really cool exploration of Frank's um, time that he spent being the director of a Zen hospice. And he invites us to these invitations. These invitations are about learning about life by the wisdom that he's heard at the bedside of people who are in their final transition. And somebody said, I think it was last week, how much these are not about death, even though it sounds like it, because that's where the wisdom is coming from. But really, the book is about how to live, knowing that someday we're going to die. And so the fourth invitation is to find a place of rest in the middle of things. So he invites us to not wait until things are calm or in just the right order, or we have less on our to-do list, or we're out of crisis, but to actually within the crisis find a place of rest. If we think we're going to wait until the chaos is over, we might wait a very, very long time. And so the ability to just stop and rest, find our breath, find our body in the midst of a heartbreak, in the midst of grief, in the midst of uh, climate change, whatever's going on in the world, in the midst of your own personal chaos, the messiness of being human, to just sit down right smack in the middle of it and find a place of rest. So before we go much further, I just want to give a little attention to a couple of offerings that I have um, with Arrive, not with the library, um, because I think um, these relate to what we're talking about. So first of all, I have a late summer detox reset coming up in August, the 18th through the 22nd, which is a 5-day reset to reduce inflammation and pain, um, decrease bloating, increase energy, and improve the mood. And it's based on traditional Chinese medicine, 5 seasons. Lots of lessons on self-compassion, self-nurturing, and finding the sweetness of life. So that's one opportunity. And then the other one is the Mind Body Pain Relief course, which has been on my newsletter as TBD, dates to be announced. And finally, it's there. So it'll be 5 weeks starting in August, extending into September. And it's a 6-week journey to understand and play with the nature of chronic pain, and then using mindfulness to facilitate a sense of ease in the body, and the mental and emotional peace. So there you have it. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and settle in. So fortunately, Frank Ostasecki does not just leave us with this information about finding a place of rest or the invitation, but he actually gives us 7 steps to that. And so I'm going to go through them slowly and then or one by one, and then I'll repeat them at the end for you all who want to take notes. So the first time around, I think you can just maybe listen, and then you'll get a chance afterwards. So the first one is to take mindful pauses. So between everyday tasks, busyness, errands, consciously just stop for a breath or two. So literally just a full breath in, then maybe a longer, slower exhale. 1 breath, maybe 2. Take a breath in, and then long, slow exhale. And just let yourself arrive in the moment instead of rushing ahead. And maybe just breathing those 2 breaths with me right there helped you arrive in this moment. So take mindful pauses is number 1. Number 2 is ground in the senses. So notice what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you smell, and what you taste, if anything. And this has the ability to bring us out of the mental swirl or that mental storm and back into the present. Similar to how we do when we're coming out of meditation is I'll have you look around and make contact with your environment by looking at colors and shapes and light and shadows. So ground in the senses is number 2. And the third one is find the support beneath you or feel the support beneath you. So feel that you have support underneath you. Feel your chair under your seat. Feel the places where your bottom, the backs of your thighs make contact with the cushion or the chair. Maybe even your back is making contact with the back of the chair. And so pause to notice that the chair, the ground, ultimately the earth are actually holding you up and actually supporting you. And just notice how you don't have to do anything to be able to be supported in this moment. You don't have to do anything. You're already being supported. So that was number 3, feel the support beneath you. And then 4, soften the body. So gently relax the shoulders, the jaw, unclench that jaw, loosen your hands. Breathe into your belly, see if there's any tension there that maybe is willing to soften. And knowing that just this little bit of softening is actually resting. So your body will, or your mind will perceive this softening as a rest moment. That's pretty powerful. So softening the body and then reminding yourself there's nothing to fix right now. And it may feel like it must be right now, but if you're taking a moment to breathe, pause, ground in your senses, feel the support, soften your body, and give yourself that rest in the middle of that feeling like you need to fix something right now, feeling that pressure. Give yourself permission to pause. This is that moment of rest, knowing that by all means you can return to the problems later, but with a steadier mind, with a mind that has taken a step back. And by doing that, maybe it can see new avenues for resolving or working with the problem. And so that relieving that pressure and taking that pause can be part of the problem solving. So remind yourself there's nothing to fix right now. So few things in life actually call for fixing. Um, much of it that we feel like needs to be fixed needs to be worked with. Kind of a different nuance there, but giving yourself permission to pause. And number 6 then is to practice being in the midst of your doing. So you have company coming over and you realize that you didn't get the house cleaned, or maybe your kids were supposed to clean it and they didn't, whatever. And they're coming over and you're feeling this need to be doing, then that's okay. But practice being while you're doing. That no matter how busy your body is, that you can still maintain a sense of breath and a sense of awareness. So the surface of your body or of your life may be busy, your body may be active, your mind may be active, but underneath it, can you feel that sense of stillness at the depth? And you can rest in that awareness while life continues to unfold as it always will. So practice being in the midst of doing. And then the 7th one, the last one, is take refuge. Take refuge in the breath. Take refuge. And what does refuge mean to you? Maybe finding a place to rest, a place that's safe from the storm. Knowing that wherever you are, whatever is going on, you can always come home to the sensations of your breathing and rest your attention. Rest, keyword rest, your attention on the gentle coming in and going out of one inhale and one exhale, and then the next, and then the next. So resting in the middle of things, because waiting for the perfect calm moment might mean that you never rest at all. And so by bringing these practices into your daily life, even amidst the deadlines, the messiness, family chaos, we can develop the strength and the resilience to continue to meet our life as it is in all of its messiness, the strength to meet our life wholeheartedly. So let's go ahead and meditate, practice together. Okay, so we're going to rest in the middle of things. So take your seat, make sure that you're comfortable and supported. Shift a little if you need to. And just know that you don't need to change anything or fix anything right now. This time is for you. This time, not to solve, but maybe just to soften. And so allowing yourself to settle with your body, your heart, and your mind into this moment. Because the invitation here is to rest. Not rest at the end of the to-do list, but right here, right in the middle of it all. So gently close your eyes or lower your gaze if you like, and allow your breath to be your focal point. your point of awareness, and just paying attention to the inhalation and the exhalation, the breath coming in and the breath going out. There's no need to control it or fix it, changing it. This is just a noticing, noticing the breath as it is. And then feeling the weight of your body supported by the ground or your chair, and letting yourself be held and supported. And again, you don't need to do anything to know that you are being supported already. Maybe let yourself soften into that idea. And now bringing awareness to your head and your forehead, inviting softness around the eyebrows and the eyes and the cheeks. Just feeling them soften. Even the jaw, if it's clenching, just invite it to unclench. Neck and shoulders, allow them to soften and as if they're melting a little bit. And then sending that sense of rest into the arms, the wrists, the hands, and the fingers. And then bringing your awareness to your chest, the area around your heart, and just noticing what's there, a feeling of warmth or calm, maybe some anxiousness. There's no right way to feel. It's just whatever's there. It's softening around your expectations of what's right or wrong, or how you should or shouldn't feel. And now checking out your belly and allowing it to rise with each breath, relax with each out breath. And if there's tension there, inviting it to soften, and let this be a place of deep, effortless breath. And then feeling down through the hips, the thighs, the knees, the lower legs, the ankles, and the feet. Inviting a sense of softness, presence, and stillness to your entire body. And then bringing the focus back to the breath, not to perfect it, not to change it, not to make it better, but simply to hold space for the breath, to witness the breath being as it is in this moment and then this moment, so that each breath is like a small act of trust. And if the mind wanders, just gently return back to the breath. There's no rush, no judgment. This is exactly what it means to rest in the middle of things. Now, if something arises for you thought, a storyline about what you should be doing or should be solving, some tension or question or conversation waiting to happen, something from your to-do list that feels an urgency. Holding it gently with awareness, just allowing space for it to be what it is. And then allowing yourself to find a little space of rest right in the middle, not to push it away, but to embrace it and then find the place of rest right smack in the middle of that. Even here, you can find a place of rest. Going back to those 7 tools, feeling the breath, grounding in the senses, feeling the earth underneath you, feeling that sense of support. Softening, remembering that there's nothing to fix right now. Taking refuge in the breath. Noticing that inner refuge doesn't depend on resolution. Resting doesn't mean giving up. It just means that you can trust that your presence, just as it is enough right now. I am allowed to rest even in the middle of things. And you might decide to even place a hand over your heart and offer yourself this simple reminder: I am allowed to rest even in the middle of things. Wow. Did anybody ever tell you that before? Giving ourselves permission. I am allowed to rest even in the middle of things. And as things come up, thoughts again, conversations, to-do lists, just finding that place of rest in the middle of it all. Here's a little reminder poem that speaks to this. It's called Resting in the Middle. Not at the finish line, not once it's all clean, but here in the half-folded laundry, the open email, the ache behind the eyes. Here is where the breath waits like a soft animal, ready to lead you back to the refuge inside your chest. The world does not ask you to hold it all. It only asks that you pause long enough to feel its heartbeat under yours. The wind does not finish before it rests. It breathes in spirals, it circles the globe in an exhale and begins again. So can you, even now. Even with the dishes undone, the to-do list hissing, and sorrow half swallowed in your throat, you can sit down in the center of the storm. And remember, you are not what's unfinished. You are the space that holds it all. And so I'll just give you a few moments to finish whatever thought or busyness you needed to rest in the middle of. And before you open your eyes and come back to our Sangha, our community, just take a moment to settle into all of this. What does this mean? How can you go forward with this in mind? Maybe tonight or tomorrow or in the next weeks or months. How can this invitation be of service to you? This reminder to rest in the middle of things. And then beginning the transition back to ordinary time and space by maybe just wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe massaging down your arms and legs, your shoulders. And as you begin to open your eyes, if they've been closed, keep a soft gaze and just gaze around the room where you're sitting and look up, look further away and then closer up. Notice darkness, notice shadow, notice what's underneath you, the floor, the earth, and be sure to turn around and look behind you. What's been out of your sight this whole time? And it's great. Sometimes it can feel really nice to just massage the forehead and around the eyes, giving yourself some soothing touch. And if you feel like you need to wake up your brain, you can tap over your scalp. And making your way again back to ordinary time and space. Maybe turning your camera on if it's been off. I'm going to read back over those 7 things once again, just so you have them fresh in your mind. So, 1 is to take mindful pauses. 2 is to ground in the senses. 3 is to feel the support beneath you. 4 is to soften the body. 5 is remind yourself nothing to fix right now. 6 is practice being in the midst of doing. And 7, take refuge in the breath. All right. Well, again, it's my honor and pleasure to be with you, whether it's by recording or live. I also want to remind you that our friend Dieta has invited us up to her mountain home up above Blackhawk. Not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. And it's a potluck. So if you would like to come, please let me know. You can reply to the email and let me know that you're coming, and then I'll have Dieta send you directions, and we might be able to arrange some carpooling as well. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It's such a pleasure. All right. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Take care.